And we're live. Hey, hello everyone. I feel like it's been a long time since we've had a webinar. I am Joyce Johnson, founder of Y Sales Network. So grateful you guys have all decided to join us tonight. We are here tonight with Team Y Sales Network. We just came off a fabulous conference, the Y Sales Network Conference 2021, the new sales era. I tell you, if you guys are feeling it like I am, and I'm sure, all of us, the team is, 2021, the new sales era. It means a little something different to everyone. And that's why we have that title. But, we're doing a little bit of the old in 2021. We're doing a little bit of the new in 2021. And there's just a lot of things going on in 2021. So with that said, we wanted to be able to share with you guys. We get so many questions about how we're executing, what we're doing. How do we put out all this great content? How do we prepare for a conference when everyone isn't back yet and people are somewhat committed to virtual, but not 100% committed to virtual? And so we wanted to be able to share all of that with you guys. I've had major platforms interview me and say, hey, what's the secret sauce? And the secret sauce is something I just said to my team earlier, because we're going to share a video, and I told them they just let me fail on this video. It's being a cohesive team and not letting each other fail, right? Because everyone has to connect to something. So before we show you this video about our conference and give you a sneak peek and start talking about it, I'm going to have everyone on the team introduce themselves to you. So if I go down below me, I have Leslie. Leslie, introduce yourself and then roll the mic over to someone else.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Hope you all are doing great this evening. I am Leslie Phillips, intern with WSN Network and JJE. I'm worked on the conference, also with the on-demand with the Hoover app. And that's exactly what I've been doing, working on that, producing all of that. So that has been my job and my duty, and passing it on to my right, which is Jasmine.
Leslie didn't say where she attends college. Say where you attend college.
I go to school at University of North Texas. I major in converged broadcast media and I minor in marketing. Thank you, Joyce.
Awesome.
Good call out. I love how Leslie has on her Y Sales Network t-shirt, like representing. Oh, and Joyce, we failed. Ananda, do you have your shirt on? Because I don't have my shirt on.
No, Ananda, that's completely my fault. I allowed her to fail because I didn't get it out in the mail. Yeah, we're gonna take care of that, Ananda. Next one.
I'll do it on in spirit, definitely.
Yes, me too.
Right? Good. Right.
But hi, everybody. I'm Jasmine, and I am the social media strategist for WSN as well as JJE. And so really excited to be here and kind of talk about the magic we created a couple weeks ago.
It was magic. It was really magic. Ananda?
Hi, everyone. So my name is Ananda Jameson. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, and I streamlined basically half of the conference from here remotely. So that's technically the new sales era in itself. I'm a junior at Spelman College, and I study political science with a minor in education, and I am a PR intern for JJE and WSN. I basically just assist Jasmine with all things social media and then also public relations with Joyce. So yeah, I'm so excited to talk about the behind the scenes of everything that went into this conference that you guys didn't even get to see. So
yes. So hey, let's give them a sneak peek. We're going to give them a sneak peek to what happened with the conference. I'm going to change my view here. Am I sharing my screen? I think I'm sharing my screen. You forgive us, there it is. All right. And here it is, a little sneak peek into what took place at conference.
My name is Lindsay Lochner-Davy.
My name is Dale Dupree.
Hi, Dee. Where are you at?
I'm here. So excited to be here. This is so amazing.
I'm Tamara Williams. I've been in sales my entire career.
I am Joyce Johnson, founder of Y Sales Network. I've written it. It's in my book that the recruiter is a hidden sales job, right? And that there's an aspect to it. But
when you think about sales, rejection obviously is a big part of sales. We have
cause somebody to have an interruption in the typical pattern and to say, now I have a choice. Do I choose to listen further, or do I just want to back out
He knows that every customer meeting is now a make or break moment. He goes out there. He rereads all of his spin selling books. Imagine this. Hey, you look fat in these jeans. Or, hey, you're starting your own business? It's never gonna work. You're not good enough. No way, right?
You know what? I thought it was going to be amazing. You know, it's one of those things that year in, year out is consistent. And
Yes,
so
it
if
is.
you look
Very
at consistency,
consistent. This is going to be able to see her make her dreams come true by also being able to feed into others trying to make it to where she is now.
Hey, Joyce Johnson,
Darren L. Palmer,
founder of Y Sales Network.
Chief Book Officer of Self-Published in 30 Days.
We are the crew right here. You know, we've had a long day, Darren.
Yes.
We've had another Y Sales Network annual conference. It was amazing. We've been going all day since early morning, and we're still going because right now we're at the man cave. Yeah.
Man cave.
They're already talking about locations for next year. I was seeing people connecting with other people after sessions.
See you next year.
Wow. Okay. And then there's that. We gave away the secret. Oh my goodness. Okay. It is what it is. We'll talk to you guys about it later. We know you saw it, but we're going to talk to you about it later. So, oh my goodness. Jasmine, the first question is going to go to you. When we started on this, I mean, we've had some interesting bumps in the road. And that started early on when we were trying to hire marketing companies and get our strategy together and things like that. And then I came to you and I'm just like, you know what, Jasmine, I tried to get you some help, but it's on you. So, put something together. Let me know what it is. So what was your thought process as you sat down and said, okay, what's going to be the social strategy for the conference?
Honestly, kind of took it from your previous webinars. I had to pivot in a pandemic, right?
Yeah.
So really just trying to take that creativity and utilizing my resources to make it happen. I mean, we just needed some marketing out there to be able to market to some great content for a great conference, and being able to utilize the team, but being able to just kind of take certain things that we've known, that we've seen, and being able to make them our own and really be able to get that engagement. So it was rough in the beginning, especially when you're expecting, okay, they got this, we're good, we don't have to worry about it. And so, we had to hurry up and get on the wagon and make sure it happened in a timely manner and that we got the information out there. So we came together and we made it happen. So that's all that matters.
And that's all that matters, right?
Yeah.
I always say planning an event is like when people go to a wedding and they say, oh, it was so amazing. And whether it's a small wedding or a big wedding, or a big event or a small event, all the same boxes have to be checked. All of the same boxes. And sometimes when you leave a wedding and it's so beautiful and you're like, oh my God. And then later you talk to the bride and she's like, oh my goodness, the flower lady was late. I was missing a shoe and no one could find it, just some of the different things that happen. And I definitely felt like we went through a lot pivoting, for last year conference and this conference. I think we had hoped that this year we would be back to some norm of in-person, right? One of the things that we did do last year and this year was we held the man cave in person. Because the man cave is really sort of a small, intimate event, but everything else we had to pivot and we had to go virtual on it, and we had to engage our virtual social networks and just get out there and make it happen. So, Ananda, what was your thoughts when you joined our team this year? What were you thinking? Were you like, oh my God?
You know, it was so many things going through my head. This was my first internship as far as public relations, so I never dealt with a brain of this scale and then dealing with so many things, especially as a Black woman. You're like, oh my gosh, you can accomplish all these things, and Joyce has big dreams and goals for herself. So to see that we accomplished such a big feat as hosting an entire conference for people, and it was so seamless, especially on my end, just seeing it for virtually, it was great.
Yes. And we'll talk more about your conference day experience and being virtual. We'll speak more about that. And then the last team member to join us was Leslie. And we just threw Leslie in there with a big job. We're like, Leslie, I think I'm going to invest in this app. And the app is supposed to help us with conference engagement. Leslie, call Claudia and this app, get on her calendar, figure it out, and let us know. That's sort of how the conversation went. And I think Leslie had that like deer in the headlight look, like, OMG, can I do this? Is she crazy? Can I accomplish this? And I definitely think you're a little overwhelmed to begin with. But when did you begin to kind of, I guess, find your gel in it all? What was the calm moment for you when you said, I got this? What were the steps that had to take place to get you there?
Oh my gosh, yes. All from the help from Claudia. Yes, I realized my gel moment when I knew that I was comfortable is when we added all of those sessions in and when I created all of those Zoom links for each session that we had for the conference. Once that was done, I knew that I could take a deep breath and that I can get into making those announcements, getting stuff out for the attendees. Everything after that was more of a smooth ride. But yeah, just like getting every session created and making sure that the Hoover apps look good on the other side for attendees was like my biggest like stress point. Like I was most stressed about that because I wanted to make sure it looked good on the other end. So just getting those graphics, getting those pictures, and getting those sessions together to make sure everything was right and correct, and making sure all of our speakers were good and ready to go was like my most important thing. But once I got past that, it was just, it was more of a smooth ride, and I was able to take a deep breath, and I was able to, glide smoothly into the conference.
Yeah, I know you at first you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so stressed. I'm like, don't put that in your universe. Just
no, yeah.
learn it, and go with it. And of course we all had those stress-filled moments. So Jazz, I'll ask you, what was one of the moments when you're like maybe it's like you're pulling your hair out?
Or maybe I felt like I was pulling my hair out.
Yeah. What were the biggest challenges? Yeah.
I think the day that we realized the website had crashed and we didn't know how long it was down. I think that was the moment where I was like, so has all the traffic been not going to where it was supposed to go?
Can you believe I forgot about that?
I was like,
I forgot that even happened.
And it was both, wasn't it? It was JJ and WSN just crashed.
Yes, gone.
And I think that was the day I was like, all right, you know what? Like, y'all gonna stop messing with us. That's what's gonna happen. But I think that was like the biggest one. That because it had a longer time to kind of like get everything back together, and we don't know what leads we lost, So I think that one was the biggest moment behind the scenes. I was just kind of like, really, give us a break.
That's interesting too, because a lot of the platforms that I've been on have been having all these technical problems. And I think that networks are just stressed, right? When they talk about the growth of companies like Zoom, because so many organizations, and then the StreamYard, the platform real now, all of them is new companies have been created out of this pandemic to be able to support us in this virtual space like we are now. Coming soon with our next webinars, we're going to go back to private webinars, and we're going to use even a platform that we didn't even know about a year ago. So I think that there's just so many things going on that the networks and the platforms, no matter who your providers are, they're just stressed, and there's just room for error in that space. Just room for error. And so that's, so Leslie, what's one of your fondest memories that you remember that you'll probably go back to school and share with your friends about the conference?
Oh my gosh, my fondest memory that I will forever cherish was definitely, I would have to say, like the day before and the day of conference, just like going over everything and making sure everything was set up and like the backstage of everything and just making sure everything was right. Because, all the preparing that we had to do, like, now, like when we all met up at Joyce's house to go over every single step, I was like, okay, like this is my platform. Like they have the schedule. I need to make sure that everything is right on this Hoover app. So that was probably just like the most fondest moment that I'll cherish, is like going through the schedules when we broke it down session by session and making sure that everybody was good and everybody was clear on the videoing, and knowing that we were all set and like which Zoom accounts to log into on just the day before and the day of getting everything prepared were probably one of the most moments that I'll forever cherish. Because I was like, oh my gosh, like yes, everything is set. Like seeing your work that you prepared for finally be done and produced, and knowing that like it was scheduled well and prepared well was just like maybe a fondest moment that I will forever cherish. Like I'll never forget that. I was like, oh my gosh, like my little hope of baby is coming to life. Like I was so happy like when we were going over that. Like I was like, oh my gosh, everything is really set. So yeah, that's probably one of the fondest moments that I'll never forget. Never.
That's great. And, and just from the intern perspective, I really want, I share people all the time. I learn so much from young people, and from just being in a room with other people, right? There's diverse minds. Right now you guys are seeing all us on here and you see 4 women of color, but we all have a different thought process. We're all, have a different journey, and we all think differently, and whereas I am about execution, and what have you, and the big picture. Jasmine and I have worked together great for years. We've worked together and bounced off each other great because, I can send Jazz an email and say, I need your creative design mind, and I don't think with that side of the brain at all. Let's be clear, at all. I know what I like when I see it, but I don't think with that side of the brain. And Jasmine just has this knack of creativity that she brings to the table. And so, and I, so you're always learning from individuals. And that's why having a team is so important. Another thing that someone asked me about, and I put it on my LinkedIn post the other day, just saying that I'm so thankful and grateful for where we are. And, it takes being prepared, just being prepared. It takes consistency, being consistent in what we're doing. And it takes a great team and being able to work together as a team. And each team member brings something very different. Now, I want to paint a picture for you guys, if I may. Leslie mentioned to you guys that we were going to my house the night before to create. So if you can think about this, think about you planning a wedding or a birthday party or something, and you lose your venue the week of. So I learned the week of that the place that we were renting to be able to go virtual for the conference was not available. Now, we went virtual from my house last year, but we were a very small group, and really we just got thrown into it through COVID, and by the grace we made it out. But this year we had more people involved. We had a photographer, we had a video person, we had caterers coming in with food. Jasmine had this big, amazing cake that you guys saw in the video. There was several of them with desserts. And so we didn't have a venue. And so I'm calling different places and trying to get venues. I'm kind of like in a panic, like calling hotels and different places. Okay, where can we go and have this? And then you have team members flying in that need somewhere to stay, because we were going to stay at this big Airbnb place that we were doing. And so we had to pivot again and say, okay, Woosah, let's take a deep breath. And we're just going to have it at my house, and we're going to be up close and cozy and COVID safe. Yes, we're COVID safe, and knock it out. So, those are just another thing that happened, during conference that people don't get to see on the front end, but it's swift execution on the back end. And I share with people all the time, if you make a decision and it doesn't work out, then make another decision. So the learning from that to me is, hey, things are going to happen, address them, make another decision, address them, make another decision, and keep going. So yeah, so we had some of those going where, yeah, we were at the house recording. You guys will probably see some of that in our upcoming videos and photos that we have for you. But hey, we just had to figure it out, make it happen. So Ananda, you were out for a little bit before conference, and then you came back. And day of conference, man, you had social media just in a swing. So what was your thought process and your strategy about what you were executing on that day? Because I mean, I remember Jasmine, like, Ananda is representing from Atlanta.
Well, that day I woke up at 5 a.m. I was so nervous about the conference that day. But the main thing that I wanted to show to the viewers just on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, all that, like, you're missing out on this conference. Every single event, oh, this person's coming out, this person's coming out. I had to showcase every single person or session that we had just so everyone could see, like, wow, we put together such a great conference with such great panelists with so much knowledge. I learned so much from every single session. So I wanted that to be conveyed through just simple graphics, pictures, videos, and things like that. So that was my main point.
And you did a great job. I mean, Jasmine, what were your thoughts on that? I mean, you had a lot to say around the execution that Ananda had on game day, we're calling it.
I mean, she did an amazing job because she was literally kind of piggybacking off of the sessions because she was listening to the sessions, not just, oh, we know this is coming up next, so I'm just going to post about this person. Like, she's actually in the session. And so her recaps were spot on, live, and actually authentic because she was putting basically what she was learning to be able to engage the audience and let them know, hey, in the beginning, it's still time to join. And at the end, this is what you missed. So she did a phenomenal job in regards to artwork and being able to relay what was really going on to the audience. So big kudos to my girl, Ananda.
Because Jasmine, I thought you were like texting her. I thought you were like coaching her all the way through. So when you were like, no, she just, I'm like, whoa.
When I saw what she was doing, I'm like, hey, can you send me this in this color? Since you in there, can you send me this real quick? Yeah. By the way, can I get this too? But no, she did so well. I literally, anything I posted on WSN, LinkedIn or Instagram was from her stuff. It was literally just piggybacking on her and maybe consolidating it on those pages. But other than that, it was all her captions and all.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yes.
It's so good.
And as I said, it's really a team effort. I mean, we were all working. Everyone had their part to play. Everyone had something to do. And I know that we were prepared and we talked about it beforehand, but it was maximized once we started it, right? Once we started our day, everyone was in the zone. And, for as getting people in and out of those sessions, even Christian with the announcing and things and all the filming we had going on, and the Jasmine had a photographer here taking pictures of us, and it was a lot going on. And so I think we were just really zoning at that point. So I want to take the audience a little bit through our agenda that we had that day, right, and let them know what they really kind of missed out on. So we kicked off the day with a heart note that you guys saw in our video that we started with. From Natalie, who's, I said, a good friend. She's become a good friend. I didn't know her at the time, but out of Canada. And I really wanted to start the day with a heart note, right? I wanted everyone to come in for that day and be able to woosah and relax and really get into the right mindset of learning, right? Get into that mindset of being innovative. Get into that mindset of, hey, I can do this. I can make that happen. I'm going to receive this message. And I believe that Natalie took us there. She has a think yourself a strategy where you can think yourself, into the win and what have you. And I believe she took us there. What are you guys' thoughts about the heart note, Jazz?
Yeah, I think she did a phenomenal job. And then with her graphics, like, she just knew how to keep everyone engaged. You're like, well, what is going on? But okay, wait, this relates. Like, and she kept you laughing. She kept you thinking. She did great thing to wake you up, right? When you have those speakers, you want someone that's going to wake everybody up because it's early. And then, of course, because we're virtual, you're just sitting in front of your computer. I feel like she woke everybody up, motivated them, and got them kicked off for the day. She did so good. So good.
I thought so, too. I was, when you are looking for speakers, I know the whole team went on to LinkedIn and we were just stalking people, right? I connect to people weekly, and my thing when I connected them is like, look, I'm always looking for speakers and people to speak on the platform. And, with that kind of like a side note, we're putting out all our webinars for the next year. So we're hoping that you guys will be contacting us and saying, hey, you want to participate. But you never know when you hire a speaker and what have you. Natalie has been here with us all the way through from the moment we signed her agreement. Right, Jasmine? I mean, she's been doing some marketing, putting some things out there.
Yeah, we didn't even ask her. She was doing her own videos to market the conference, even marketing her book. Like, she was just so excited. And even kudos to her for being on the conference from beginning to end. 9 o'clock in the morning, she came on, spoke. She didn't jump off, go do something else. She stayed on all day, was engaged in all of the sessions, participating in the games. Like, dedication is Natalie. That's what I have to say about her.
Absolutely. And then from there, we had the Sales View kick off the first show of the Sales View. I'm a co-host on the Sales View. I really enjoyed that. And then we went into our first round of breakout sections. So I know we split out as teams on the breakout sections. Leslie, which section did you sit in on that first section?
That first section, I sat on Tamara's I'll Take Yes session. So that was that was like the first time we went to our break off. So making sure that everybody was like, Monica had her in, I had my in, making sure that everybody was set up and ready to go on their sessions. I made sure that Tamara was good. We had our full conversation 10 minutes before she got in. So she's like, okay, we're good. I was like, yes, girl, you're good. Like, we're good. And so once she got started, I was like, great. I was monitoring the whole session. The chat was going crazy. And I was like, oh, like, I love this. This is amazing. So yeah, that was pretty much how that went. It went like the first break off session was like, okay, this is the first one. Like, let's make sure we have it. Like, the audio needs to be good. Chat needs to be good. Tamara, is your PowerPoint good? And she was like, I'm good. Like, we're good. She's like, are you good? I was like, yeah, I'm good. I said, are you good? And she's like, I'm good. And I was like, okay, we're great. So from there, it was like green and we were good. I was like, oh, okay, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. So yeah, it was a very well breakout session. Like, very well.
Yeah. So what was one of your takeaways from her section?
Oh my gosh. One of my takeaways from Tamara's session was first of all, she executed her PowerPoint beautifully. Like, every point that she said was met perfectly. And the way that I feel like one of my biggest takeaways was the way that she interacted with her audience. That is something that I took away so deeply, because the conversations that she had, as soon as somebody commented something on the chat, she immediately bounced off of them and allowed them to, and the way that she related their questions to her own personal things, like the way that she connected those 2 points were amazing. I love the way that she did every single point that she had and connected it to every comment or question that the attendees had. So that made them more interactive and more engaging into her section. So that's something that I did definitely take away from her session, is like how so interactive she was with every session that she had.
That's why she's a killer, #1 salesperson. Have sold into some of the largest deals in the world. And
okay, go cop her dolls, y'all. Go get her dolls.
Go get her dolls. Oh, let's type into the chat. We'll have to type into the chat the companies, even if we do it after the fact.
Yes, of course.
Yes, and so we also had our breakout section. She talks tech. Yes. Who wants to talk about that one? I interviewed them, so I already know that they were a phenomenal group of women. I'll just say that. And they really talked about how, I think my best takeaway was that you don't really have to be in tech or focus on tech and study tech to go into tech, right? I say all the time, the wonderful thing about sales, I love about sales, is that no matter what your education is, no matter what your training and skill set is, you have transferable skills where you can go into sales and get a sales job. And what I learned is that you also have transferable skills that you can take and go into technology world. So for instance, Michelle Hudson, she's extremely well and versed on project management, and was able to use what she knew in project management, learn some things about tech, and have built a career in tech. For that, that reason. Peggy, just always created companies that provided a service for people. And how better and easier to do that than to create something that was tech. So she wasn't a technical person, but she had that idea. And then she put the team together, much like the superstar team you guys see here today. If I do say myself. So, but anyway, so that was a takeaway. Anyone else has anything to say about She Talks Tech?
I'll say I loved all the panelists, especially seeing that they came in from so many different points. You know, Michelle, you're coming from a wide known company as Microsoft, and then Samela, she's coming from her own Sabia. So, and then you have Peggy, she's running with the big dogs, you know, doing different things, selling companies and things like that. So it was great to see that there's a place for women in tech in all spaces. Just like you said, you could come from the marketing aspect of it. There's so many different ways that you can enter the tech market, especially because it's so booming right now. You know, before it was a different market. Now tech is really the key thing to be in. So there's a place really for everyone, and that's what they showed me.
Yes, I agree with that. And that also tech is defined differently by everyone. So sometimes we think tech, we only think about computers, right? We only think about iPhones and Apples and tablets and things like that. And it's so much more than that, right? Tech companies are so much more than that. So I really enjoyed that panel. And when you guys, we'll tell you how to go and see it later. And hopefully you'll enjoy the panel as well. Then we had another breakout section with our group. So who sat in on one of those and which one?
I sat in on a bit of both of them, actually, so I can talk about Ben's. She just talked about being intentional with how you sell to people and just leading with your heart, and also just the importance of being valuable to your team, not taking them for granted, but also seeing their heart and things like that. You know, sometimes as a leader, you don't see that the things that your employees go through and things like that. So you're just, you know, demanding. And that's not really what a leader is. It's understanding everything that your team goes through and say, how can I help, instead of just demanding. So I really appreciated that she said, you know, lead with your heart in sales. And sales isn't everything. So as Joyce says all the time, so it's leading with your heart in any endeavor that you're going into.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. I agree with that. And Jen's whole platform is, you know, leadership with heart, right? That's her whole platform. So I think she did an exceptional job. And, you know, as we're talking about these people, our speakers, once you guys go back to ysalesnetwork.com and take a look at our speakers and platform, hey, reach out to them, hire them. You know, if you go onto our app and see what they put out and the work and the experience that they had, you're going to want to hire them. And just tell them that you saw them, though, on Y Sales Network. We appreciate that. Yeah. And, you know, and then our, you know, what I always call is one of our fan favorites, right? Our Meet the Recruiter. First of all, I appreciate it that recruiting is a sales job. In my first book, Why Sales for College Students, I wrote that recruiting is a sales job. It's one of those hidden sales jobs, right? It has a goal, it has a quote and what have you. But what I love about Meet the Recruiter panel is that people get on that, you know, on that particular webinar when we have it, and they get to talk to recruiters real time. They get to understand how to engage with a recruiter. You know, what a recruiter is looking for, what the recruiter wants. You know, they understand that the recruiter is the gatekeeper for the job. You know, so gatekeeper is an old word. I'm dating myself. But okay, they understand that the recruiter is the influencer for the job, right? And you have to build a great rapport and relationship with the recruiter to get the job. And so what Meet the Recruiter has done, and the feedback that we've gotten, is once people look at Meet the Recruiter and listen to them, they understand how to better engage. And people said, hey, after that webinar, I was able to implement those strategies and get a job. You know, and there's no better ask than that, you know, that people said, hey, I was able to go and get a job based on your platform. So, oh, hey, you guys, are you reading? We have some people. Hey, Larry Long Jr., how are you doing? He's out there. Yes. Thank you for joining us tonight. And of course, if y'all can read that. Larry has some things. Love that we rolled out the punch. Yes, Larry. I love Larry. And that's, you know, when you guys go into the app, you'll be able to see the sales view. You'll be able to see Larry Long Jr. that was on there. You'll be able to engage with him and his platform. We talked earlier about hiring some of the speakers that have been on our platforms. You would want your company, your salespeople, your leaders to have the Larry Long Jr. experience. So I'll just say that, the Larry Long Jr. experience. And then we also had during the day the from sales to the C-suite, and that was a panel of how, to get from sales to the C-suite and the opportunities and how sales open the doors to the C-suite. So you guys, before we go into our closing video, our presentation that we have, anything you guys, we're going to tell you guys how to engage with the conference. If you missed the conference, we're going to tell you how to find it and what have you. But before we do that, I want you ladies to give them one key point or takeaway that on why to engage conference on demand in my old voice. I know y'all heard that. Ananda.
I would say engage in conference on demand, especially for a college student like me, because there's so many different gyms, especially when you're looking through YouTube, things like that. There's so many people out there and you don't really know what you're looking for. This is a one-stop shop for every single thing that you're looking for in terms of how to lead with your heart, meet the recruiters, what the recruiters are really wanting from you and things like that. And then also the different markets you can enter, tech, the C-suite, things like that. So I think it's a great place for you. It's a one-stop shop for everything.
Jazzy.
Well, Ananda was a great, she took all the good stuff, right? No, but
follow her.
I know, right? But engaging with a conference for sure, especially conference for demand, on demand. In this time we're in, regardless of COVID, you should be training, right? And so being able to have access to these dynamic speakers that are just pros in their fields and being able to get all of this knowledge from them for such a low price, one, and two, be able to kind of invest that in yourself and be able to put it back into your H2, like, who wouldn't want to do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, this isn't something you don't have to ask your company to fund because it's going to be that affordable. So conference on demand, get ready. We're about to give you a little bit more information on that.
Absolutely. I'm popping up some of the things. Peggy's out there, and Peggy says she got my book. Oh, Peggy, thank you. And, thank you again for joining us. You were just amazing. If you weren't on just a minute ago, we're talking about you. You're just amazing. And then Larry's, it's like great work for us and some other things that I popped up on here. And so, we really appreciate you guys. Leslie?
Yes, picking back off of Jasmine and Ananda, being a college student, this is a great thing to utilize on demand, networking. This is just like Ananda said, a one-stop shop. This is everything that you need right here for $19.99. Keyword $19.99. Take advantage of that.
You told them that already. Oh my goodness.
Sneak peek. I had to let them know. It is like,
oh my goodness.
Jasmine, at Jasmine, affordable price, networking.
Well, we're
utilize this. I can't hold it in. But no, yes, networking. That is the biggest thing. Just taking advantage of all those opportunities that Joyce and YSN and JJE and all the speakers and everybody that's been able to be a part of this conference for us, just taking advantage of those amazing opportunities through this platform. Just that's the biggest thing. Networking.
Thank you, Kristen. Kristen said congratulations on a great conference. We appreciate you, Kristen. Thank you for being our hostess with the mostest that day. Yes, you definitely were. And, Christian and Jasmine and I, we all have sales background. We all come from the sales industry. So I think the benefit with, from us putting this on and, Jasmine not being involved in this is that we know what salespeople need. We know what, as salespeople who've been successful ourselves, we know the things that we need to keep going. I recommend entrepreneurs to get on, because I'm right now wearing my entrepreneur and my sales hat, right? And so we really want the conference to have those takeaways for everyone that could really benefit your business and your life, right? Because I think some of the things just don't benefit your business, but benefit your life as well. Because some of the things that you've learned in this conference, you can feed over to your personal relationship and have better relationships there. So we're going to, we've kind of given you guys a little sneak peek of it already, but we have a presentation for you guys. Oops, am I not showing myself, you guys? Can y'all see me?
We can see you. Go back to.
Okay,
yeah.
you were able to see me. Okay, I just couldn't see me.
Yeah.
All right. So, but I'll keep looking at the camera. So again, Y Sales Network. We had our conference June 24th, 2021, the new sales era. Topic is because it is new. It's different. It's still moving. It's still feeling a little different than what it did before. And we wanted you guys to provide you guys tools to navigate within this space. And that's what our speakers did. That's what you got from Dale. That's what you got from Tamara, Jen, Heidi, all our group of speakers that was on the platform. And so what we've done is, because some of you've missed it, we know that you're working during the day, and we actually know as salespeople, because we are salespeople, it is so hard to move away from that computer right now when you're at home. Before, when you're out running around all the time, you go home, maybe you can sit down and look at a webinar. Right now, it's so hard with everyone trying to meet their numbers. People are trying to finish their half strong. It's hard for you to do that. So we've created what we're calling Conference on Demand. And Conference on Demand is available to you. Ta-da! Right now. We're going to hit the go button when we hang up off of here, and you'll be able to go on Conference on Demand, purchase it for $19.99. You'll have access to it for the next 3 months, and you'll be able to go in and see the profiles of everyone that participated, interact with our speakers, ask questions of them, and be able to see all the videos and learn from the day. Although you weren't there, now you get to be there. And so I'm going to hand off to Leslie now, because she's going to talk to you a little bit about what's going to take place.
Alrighty, y'all. This is what you can look out for and how you can utilize the app once you purchase it on demand for, once again, $19.99. I repeat, $19.99. That is an amazing price. Okay. So this is what we can look out for. So you're going to get your YSN conference access. Once you sign up through Eventbrite, you will get an email personally from the Hoover app through notification and email steps on how to sign up with a special code to make sure that you are set up through the app. And then from there, you'll be able to create your own bio, your own information with anything that you like to add on there, anything at all. You can set up literally your own profile so attendees and speakers can see what you have on your bio. Secondly, we have announcements coming out every Monday and Wednesday. Things updated for the YSN team, lives, webinars, anything just to stay updated on the app, events coming up, comment sections, all that will be sent through announcements that you would get through the dashboard or through notifications on email or through the Hoover app. Third, we will be doing sales tips every Friday. So you can stay up to date on important sales day by day. You'll get that every Friday. So you guys can stay up to date on the sales tips. And fourth, we will be doing a photo contest. And that will be including a Wind Down Monday, which is July 19th, where you will post, your favorite wind down moments. There'll be more details out. I'll send that announcement in. But, the only people that will be getting those announcements is if you sign up through Eventbrite and get your access code. You'll get that announcement of all those details for the Wind Down Monday. And then next, we will have discussion posts going up about the session. So you will be able to interact in the chat on every session, so you can connect with other attendees through and through. But you will also be able to create your own discussion posts about the session, so attendees can respond and other attendees can interact with you through and through. And we will also be creating our own discussions through the Hoover app, so we can just know your feedback on every session that's happening for the YSN conference. Fourth, we will be having a leaderboard contest. So the leaderboard you will be able to find on your dashboard once you open up the app. Make sure that you get the app on the App Store. It is available on the App Store once you sign up. There is a web app also available. So once you open it up, there will be a beautiful dashboard set up as soon as you sign in, and you'll be able to see your point system. Now, whoever has the highest point system can have the opportunity to win a few giveaways from the YSN team. So, woo, 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 giveaways, giveaways. I'm not going to tell you exactly what it is, but just know as long as you interact and stay up on your points, you do have a chance to win those giveaways. So, you can win those giveaways by doing polls that will be coming out, community boards, and that includes being interactive on the comment sections, being interactive on the discussion boards, and et cetera, et cetera. Just any comments would be great. Now, our final thing, which is big, 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 and mark it on your calendars, we have the Happy Hour Networking virtual meetup at 4 p.m. July 22nd. So grab your drink and you'll get the chance to interact and network with other attendees and possible speakers on the Huba app. And that's just a networking session for everybody to interact with each other face to face. So you can see each other, get to know each other just like that. And be able to also talk about the sessions and everything that you saw on demand. So, instead of just looking at the sessions on demand by yourself, you'll be able to talk about it with other people on demand, face to face, virtual, through a video chat with other people. So that's a great thing to take advantage of. So grab your drink, get ready, and let's go. July 22nd, mark it on your calendars. We are doing something big on the Huba app. That is our virtual networking meetup. So mark it on your calendars, guys. But that is everything that you should look out for the Huba app. So just stay interactive. And the more you are interactive, the more you can get a chance to win a giveaway. Like, who doesn't love a giveaway? So yeah, just stay interactive and utilize that app, y'all.
Thank you, Leslie. Thank you. I mean, I certainly appreciate a good giveaway. I don't often win, but I definitely try. And I'm that person that goes and buy a lottery ticket and then I dig it out my purse like it's all crumbled up and stuff like six weeks to 6 months later. I'm like, did I win something? But I do like to play the game. Like they said, you can't win unless you're in the game. So you guys make sure you go out to Eventbrite. You should be able to get to that link also from our website at www.ysalesnetwork.com. Go and download the Conference on Demand app. Engage with our speakers, engage with our audience. You are going to learn so many great things like what we've talked about here this evening. We wanted to make this available to you because we know the value that it brings. And basically, you are getting way more than your money's worth in $19.99. And as you guys saw on our video, we're going to the Bahamas. That's it. Well, we're going to keep with these virtual webinars. Conference, we're in the Bahamas next year. Yeah, we're at the Atlantis. And I'm going to send you guys some photos from when I'm there because I'll be there visiting them and taking pictures and video, preparing for conference, going to meeting rooms and things like that. I get there on August 15th. I'm there through August 18th at the Atlantis Hotel in the Bahamas. That's what we will be next year. Stay tuned. Look for our pre-packaging for the event, for the conference in the Bahamas. It is going to be amazing. We're going to take the best speakers with us. We've had some of the best speakers on our virtual too. We actually may bring some of the people that have been with us for the last couple of years and then add to that in the Bahamas. We are not going to start early like some conferences. So you're going to have time to, party a little bit at night, breakfast on your own. And I know this because we already had this plan like 2 years ago. And then you'll be able to go into the conferences and we're going to have breakouts, what we call it breakout on the beach, right? So you actually be poolside, in a breakout section. We are going to get as creative as possible for this conference in the Bahamas. So the secrets out the bag, we are going to the Bahamas for 2022. If the universe says the same, that's what we are. And we hope that it does. And like I said, I'll be there on August 15th, recording and looking for spots and doing everything that we need to do to make that happen for you. And we look forward to you enjoying Conference on Demand. Share it with your friends, share it with your peers, your leaders, because there's something for everyone. It's $19.99. You can't beat that offer. And then we want you to stay tuned so that you can join us in the Bahamas. So, hey team, why don't you guys share with everyone how they can find you? Jasmine, how can everyone find you?
Everybody can find me on LinkedIn with my name, Jasmine Garrett. I'll make sure to put everybody's in the chat, but LinkedIn is the best way to connect.
Awesome. Ananda?
Yeah, LinkedIn is the best way to connect for me as well. My name is just Ananda Jameson on LinkedIn.
Awesome. Leslie?
Yes, LinkedIn as well. Y'all can find me at Leslie Phillips on LinkedIn. That is the best way to contact me. So, yeah.
For my college students, I'm so proud that they said LinkedIn, because y'all know whenever I talk to a college student, I'm like, "Are you on LinkedIn?" And if they say no, I'm like, "Okay, you're on LinkedIn." So, and I have them go create a profile. But anyway, we are also on LinkedIn at Y Sales Network. Where else we Jasmine? Jasmine's gonna have to tell them. For some reason I can't ever get this straight.
LinkedIn, Facebook is Y Sales Network. LinkedIn is Y Sales Network. Twitter is Y Sales Net. Instagram is Y Sales Network. Yeah, that's all of us. YouTube is I Am Joyce Johnson.
So that's how you can find us. We're around and we're ready. We're ready to serve. We're ready to give out great products and information. Look for our webinars coming. If you know some great speakers, if you know someone that's interested in our topics, have them reach out to us at learn@ysalesnetwork.com. We love to have you or whoever you refer to our platform. This has been Y Sales Network webinar, our monthly webinar. I am Joyce Johnson, founder of Y Sales Network. I just want to thank my team for an amazing conference and for everything that you do. You guys kill it. I know sometimes you guys kill it so bad. I'm like sending you like little voice messages like, "Oh my gosh, you guys killed it, did you?" But kudos to you guys. You executed very well. You executed very well, and hopefully you guys stay with me forever and ever. But this is if any company has this group of young ladies, they're going to have some powerhouses with them. So thank you guys. Make it a great week.